Hey everybody, welcome to Tech Fix Talks. I'm in the studio today with Kevin Roth. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We are going to be talking today about 3 areas where technicians need the most help. So we're going to be talking about how to be a technician. We're going to be talking about nobody's favorites, learning the basics. And we're also going to be talking about advanced level training. So I'm going to start off with Kevin here, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. Number one, because I'm always interested in this, what is, and I think that every shop owner and every foreman manager should know this. How do you attract good technicians? How do you evaluate them? And then, 3 parts to this question. How do you retain them?
Well, I mean, you build a shop that technicians want to work for. You make it a place that they want to come to.
You don't have transmissions that they have to step over and
yeah,
stuff in
I mean, a nice
days.
clean shop that's well lit with, up-to-date equipment and tools, and, we have lifts that function and work.
Okay.
After that, I mean, how do we, you asked about hiring?
So you're talking about attracting them, right? So let's just back up there for a moment. So you build a shop that people want to work at, customers want to come to, where they can be a part of a good culture, a good team, have excellent work, good benefits, a nice environment, right? Yeah. So you've built the framework that technicians want to work for you. Now, they may, let me ask you this, why would they want to come to you as opposed to a dealership? Because a dealership has most of those things.
A dealership has most of those things, but a dealership's also, in most cases, is usually cutthroat, unless it's a small mom and pop owned dealership, but we're seeing less and less of those, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, in all honesty, realistically, when I'm trying to sell a technician or I'm trying to recruit a technician, I just sell them on the overall culture. Like, this is a good place to work. Okay. And I'm really making sure that we don't hire anybody that would be a bad fit and ruin the culture.
Okay. So. All right. So you have a potential technician, right? And he wants to come and work for you, or she. How do you evaluate them to make sure that they're going to be a good fit for not only like their knowledge base, skill base, and if they're going to be a good fit for your crew? Because let's face it, we've all hired that technician that came in and they worked great for the first 2 weeks, and then family drama came in, or they became a prima donna out of nowhere, and it's poisoning the well.
Yeah. So this is going to be a 2-part question, because the way I hire is different than the way my manager hires. My manager's from outside the industry. So like my manager will actually have they'll sit down with them, go over all the culture stuff and make sure that they understand our culture and how we protect it at all costs. Then they'll bring in my foreman, who will ask technical questions and try to gauge their technical ability, right? Up until the assessment test had come out, where we can use that to gauge them, I really had no other way. When I hire them, and if it's me doing the interview, I just talk to them and kind of throw technical questions in there, ask them about some of the more difficult repairs they've done. Okay. And I'm not going into super technical stuff. I'm just letting them talk. My favorite is the working interview, is asking them to come on for a day or 2 days with us and work with us. They don't have to move a toolbox in. They could use mine or my foreman's.
Evaluate their skills.
Yeah. And we tell them flat out, that's what we're looking to do. I don't want to have you leave your job that you you're providing a future for your family, and you're providing, all the money you need. I don't want you to leave there, come to work for us for a couple more dollars an hour, and put you and your family in financial jeopardy, and then have to fire you 2 days later because you can't do what you said you could do. Yeah. And I'm just super open and honest with that. So if I do that and I lay out all the expectations up front, and you suck, I'll fire you. But I tell them that in the interview. My manager approaches it a little bit differently, but.
And how does he approach it?
So Alexis, when she goes through it all she does is she rolls through, and like I said, she goes through and just asks a bunch of questions, talks about where they've worked, and talks about their pain points. And I picked this up from her because she'll ask, so where do our pain points sit? Like, what are problems you're having at the place you work now? Why do you want to leave the place you want to work? And what she's looking for is, we have a common denominator. If everything is somebody else's fault, we always kind of look towards what the common denominator is. It's not an overall ruling, right? No. Because there are some really bad shops to work for, but then we go into, if we're just unsure, we do the working interview. If we're sure, for me especially, I'll just make the offer, but I lay out expectations really fast. Okay. So if the technician can't do what they say they can do, and I'm very honest at front, if you can't do what you said you could do, I will fire you. Got it. But if you tell me, hey, I can't diagnose cars, I can't do this, and we hire you, it's my obligation to train.
Okay. So let me ask you this part, because I think this is interesting, because we talk a lot about technicians. Obviously, it's what all we talk about almost. So this is interesting to me. I think it's interesting in technicians because if you don't understand, have a good idea of what your KPIs are and where you fit in, if you're in your shop and in your career, you're always asking yourself, you're questioning yourself.
Sure.
I think most technicians do. So, and you're questioning whether or not your shop is good, if the grass is greener on the other side. I think that those are all just natural conversations, internal conversations for technicians.
Mm-hmm.
And along those lines, so let's say you've built a great shop. Your customers love you. The technicians, your team's great. And you've attracted a technician. He or she's been working for you for 2 or 3 years. How do you retain that technician?
Well, I mean so I just make it a place that they don't want to leave, right? Like frequent check-ins, make sure that we're on target. We continue to provide training, and we just show them that they're valued.
Mm-hmm.
Too many realistically, every technician, I don't care how long you're doing this, you're going to have a misdiagnosis.
Yeah.
So when that happens, it's just a training event, right? Like, hey,
right.
where do we go wrong? Like, I'm not going to come out there and scream and yell. I mean, I don't really care what the end-all result is going to be. We have to fix the car for the customer. So
right.
me screaming and yelling isn't going to do anything. So I just come out and like, hey, where do we go wrong so we don't do it again? Like, let's just assess that portion. And I don't want to dwell on it, but let's fix it and move on. So instead of having something where we sit there and constantly dwell over that, because I've seen a lot of technicians, they have a misdiagnosis and it kills the rest of the day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's hard to pick yourself back up. I mean, because there's a certain level, like there's a hierarchy in the shop. Where do you fit in among the technicians? And you lose face. I mean, I've had small comebacks in my life that bugged me for weeks. And they threw me off my game. My production was down. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's cool. Well, hey man, it's been really good talking to you today.
Likewise.
It was fun. If you guys are interested, check out the videos that Kevin and I did. Our reaction videos. It was really fun to do that with you, man, and I can't wait to have you back. I got more things I want to talk to you about, okay?
Awesome.
So thanks. All right, guys, you fix the cars, you fix the shop. Thank you.